There goes the clock. Yes, everybody. For those of you who watch my channel, you know me. You know the other guy.
Hi.
Yes, it's us, Adam and Jeremy. We're doing a Chrono Trigger playthrough, this time with the Wii Virtual Console port.
AKA the Super Nintendo version.
Yep, well, at least a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Nah, yeah. It probably has some offness due to it being ported over to the Wii, but other than that, it's pretty much as you remember it.
Of course it is. Epic moment!
Hell yeah.
And of course you get to see that in-game, too.
Yeah.
Yes, Chrono Trigger, released in 1995 by Squaresoft.
One of the two big giants of Square at the time on the Super Nintendo when it came to RPG perfection.
The latter, of course, being Final Fantasy VI.
Yep. And we got two supervisors for this one. Yuji Horii and Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Well, that's always awesome.
And Horii is known for Dragon Quest, and Sakaguchi, of course, is known for Final Fantasy.
And the soundtrack of this game, Yasunori Masuda, who just recently returned in full force with the OST for Soul Sacrifice.
Cool. And let's see what else. The art design is, of course, done by Akira Toriyama in his traditional design style,
Which tends to rarely ever change.
Yeah, that's for sure. Also, Nobuo Uematsu also joined in with this game as well, but that was also due to Masuda having ulcer at the time working so hard on the game.
But Uematsu is credited for only a handful of tracks, but they're good tracks.
Yeah, oddly, in the in-credit sequence, he gets top billing.
And of course, this game has spawned a sequel, the rather controversial Chrono Cross.
Yes, Chrono Cross. I will be covering this probably on my channel, considering I'm not sure how it's going to work between me and Adams because of him being a partner and such.
It'll work out.
But either way, let's blast off back to the past, back to the future,
And everywhere in between.
And that's for sure. And at the end of time itself, Chrono Trigger. I almost said cross. Jeremy, wait a month, damn it. Because the thing is, if I recall, I said that I have to start cross right after you get done with Trigger. And we'd have to get Boheppens for that one.
Yeah. Anyway, well, you know, it doesn't begin with a trade. Oh wait, this isn't the era of trains.
This isn't the era of
belts and zippers.
Square Enix. Wake up!
Good morning, Chrono.
A trope that needs to go. No, not really. It's
actually, the DS version omits that line.
And also, it also returns in Chrono Cross as well, when your mother tells you, I think her name's Marge. She goes, Good morning, Serge. Better not have Lena waiting too long. She'll get awfully upset.
And then she'll want even more of those Komodo scales.
Because nothing makes her more happy than blood of lizards.
Yep. Anyway, our hero, Chrono, aptly named, actually, considering this game has to do with time travel.
And that is Luca, our very... I guess, in a way, she's kind of very similar to Bulma in the intelligence ratio, but she's not as socially... Well, she's slightly socially inept in that.
Yeah, I'm guessing the battle speed to 3. I consider changing the window color, but no, I keep it on default.
Alright.
Of course, the controls stay the same.
Alright.
Just the way I remember them. Hey, say, welcome to Truce in the Kingdom of Guardia, circa 1000 AD. It's the present day. Everything's all peaceful.
Give it another 20 years.
Well, 5 years.
That too. But much, much later, it gets even worse.
You'll see in Chrono Cross. Or maybe you won't see. Considering that in Cross, Chrono Trigger is only barely referenced.
It's actually the whole chunk of the end game, basically. Well, the second disc as a whole.
Mm-hmm. And I figured, let's begin with some tutorials on how to play the game. Obviously, we have our basic mechanics of running while holding the B button. And of course, we have monsters that are actually visible on the field instead of going into a random encounter.
I think another game also took this really nice idea. Super Mario RPG, of course.
Of course.
Now, of the two, I would say SMRPG is probably the more casual.
Whereas for this, it will require you to grind and train on a regular basis. Considering that this game has a rather basic battle system, but the difficulty tends to spike in certain areas.
But if you can plan ahead and you know what you're doing, this game's pretty easy. But that can be said for any game. Wait until we get to Grandy 2 when we find this one out.
Yeah. But of course, Chrono, obviously, he uses katanas as his main weapon. And he's actually left-handed.
Huh. Just like Link.
Yep. Ooh. And we've learned our first technique, Cyclone, which is pretty much his trademark move.
And also, the enemies can be somewhat interacted with and avoided, like such. Like that bird will summon more enemies to attack you.
But I figured I want to clear out the forest before I move on, and I want to give us a chance to explain the mechanics of the game. Techniques, of course, you have to unlock using tech points that you earn from combat. Different enemies will yield different amounts of tech points. As for techniques themselves, they can be either physical or magical.
Now, another thing to note, unlike some other games, the techs actually have their own unique range, as well as such as this. Like if they get close together, you can take them all out in one shot. It truly is a beautiful thing.
Yep. Yeah, all techs have a different range. Some are like area of effect, some are, are literally the same zone as your character. Some are even in a straight line, or some just target all enemies at once. And note there are 5 properties, actually, in this game. There's physical attacks, of course, and then you have your magic properties. Light, fire, water, and shadow. Although in the SNES version of Chrono Trigger, it's just simply known as lightning.
Which I kind of prefer in a way.
Then again, it'd make less sense in terms of the comparisons between elements. Because any character that has a certain element, they take extra damage from the opposite element. So Chrono would take extra damage from shadow magic. And according to what I've read on Game FAQs, a slight resistance to light elemental attacks.
Of course.
Anyway, I'm going to be cheap and actually buy myself some more upgraded armor.
And now this also applies to Chrono Cross with the element system. Red beats blue, blue beats red, green beats yellow, vice versa.
Yep, I'm buying equipment beforehand for both Chrono as well as another party member we'll be grabbing later, with that of course being Luca. Because we're going to need her help later on. Luca, she is, of course, fire elemental. In fact, all of her skills, with the exception of one, is all fire. She's the black mage of our between the two of them.
Her whole main priority in her whole main game is to pretty much nuke anyone out of existence. Thus is a good thing.
It is. It's just that her lack of versatility is notable.
True, but still, you take what you can get. As we'll be encountering our next character that we'll be talking about.
Yep, who tends to be underrated actually, but I tend to use her often, considering that I like her support techniques. Whoops. This is unavoidable. That's unavoidable.
Now talk to the girl first.
Yes, because your actions here will have a great impact later.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't lose it. It's right here. A lot of sentimental value? You have no idea.
Yeah, sure.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, yep, this is Marl. She is water elemental. But she's also the party's primary healer. Well, the first healer we grab. And sure, she lacks major offense, but then again, she does have something that no one else has. Haste. In fact, haste can be rather broken sometimes.
Also note that she's a speedrunner favorite, but for a more casual game, or maybe based on your mileage, she probably might not be the one for you.
No. But
because she kind of has a lousy defense.
True, but what she lacks in offense, in terms of being just by herself, that she makes up for that with being very useful in double and triple techs. Anyway, hello, it's Gonzalez. I mean Gato.
Though sadly, she is the only character out of the whole game that doesn't, next to our next party member that we'll be encountering in a certain timeline, is the only one without a third level of magic capability.
Well, I suppose that would have made her even more broken.
Not true, but it would make her stand out a little more, considering that another character that we probably not in this playthrough as a whole will be getting, but he can take the place of her effectively for the magic end of things.
And of course, Marl equips crossbows as her weapon.
Which are fairly effective, actually.
No, I'm going to hold off on getting another sword until much later.
Yeah, kind of need more money.
No. Oh, no.
Just no.
Huh,
his name?
Melchior, yeah. I hope it doesn't blow up like all the others.
Yeah, let's just not tell her this shit.
Yeah, Luca, she's an inventor. And only 19 years old, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chrono himself is actually 17. He's known Luca ever since he was a baby. Yes, I'm earning another 15 silver points for a reason. That way I won't have to later.
I think I have a good idea. I'm not going to say anything because, there might be some kids out there that have not actually played this game and may be interested.
Exactly, so please, no spoilers, people. Ow.
I'm trying the best I can.
And you're not doing a good job because you can't help yourself.
I'm doing very good now.
Yeah, now you do, but I know you're gonna screw up later.
Here, Chrono. Yeah. Just go down, Gato.
There we go. There we go. Level up.
I am Gato, Dr. Roboto. Domo arigato.
Was that fun?
I almost died!
Oh, unconscious. Do 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 do.
Luca, your robots are insane.
Yeah. Yes, I'm saving out here. Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna rest in the inn too.
And it's only 10 gil.
Oh, gold actually. They don't even say gil in the DS remake. It is technically a remake, considering they redid most things from the ground up.
Including, let's see, certain certain speech types and so on.
Yeah.
As well as the music being done for DS quality and so on, as well as the graphics.
Now hold still.
You can somehow actually skip this. You just have to be very, very, very pixely precise. The only problem, though, is that when you get into, okay, spoiler, 680, or you actually have to redo this. It's basically programmed in that you are forced to do it.
Yep. Jump up here, and you'll get teleported here. Yes, Luca Ashed here. Check out a girl's glasses. She can probably see the backside of the moon with those. Hey, no insulting the glasses. Oh, I'll try it.
That telepod's going to devour our soul.
How bad can it be?
Well, considering how transport incidents are.
Well, fortunately, this is two competent inventors.
Luca, stop this crazy thing!
See? Told ya. I guess even her inventors have to work sometimes. Wow. Check it. It worked. I can't believe it. To explain the science at its best, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. And let's just say Luca, well, many people think that she's bi, actually.
Yeah,
this is kind of,
subjective.
Yeah, especially in the Japanese version. Not mention her reactions to a certain party member when we first meet her in the DS. Her reaction is actually much more surprising in the DS version. Oh boy!
All right,
it's time for a Deus Ex MacGuffin to whisk her away.
Oh, what a horrible night to have a transporter accident!
Great. You're going on a leisurely stroll throughout the fair. Next thing you know, you're being teleported into the past.
What a way to go. I don't think it was supposed to work that way.
Yeah, well, show's over, folks. Let's head along now. I think somebody's gonna report this to the guards.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been affected by her pendant.
Oh, great. You're going into Star Trek territory, Luca.
And think about it, people. This is 1000 AD. Oh. What a fine lad.
Now, on the whole thing of her saying a cutie, I think she, I guess in a way she's kind of taken that role of the older sister kind of character kind of thing.
Well, she is 2 years older.
Yeah, so in a way, I guess it would kind of make sense that she'd use that kind of term.
More power! Roger, keep hammering that thing pretending you're doing work. Maybe that's not a telepod malfunction. I'm tripping balls! See ya!
See ya later, alligator.
Ooh, trippy.
And we get to hear the awesome Chrono Trigger theme during this.
Yep.
And I should also add that the sound effects are done by a good composer that I like.
Yes, Yoshitaka Hirota from Shadow Hearts.
Who did the majority of the sound effects as well as the sound editing in the other more acclaimed Square RPGs of this era.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Blue Imps.
Who look like blue mini Garlic Juniors.
Well, it is Toriyama.
Nah, you got me there.
Yeah, referring to the artist, not the hack.
The hack who only made at least maybe 2.5 decent games. Yet Square keeps using him.
And they wonder why the fan base is angry.
Quite possibly. Anyway, more imps.
Yeah,
Give us the blues.
They're easy to dispatch.
Well, I would say so, considering they die in one shot.
Unless you're playing like a hard type hack or something.
Oh, why would we do such a crazy thing? I mean...
Oh, I know somebody who did and lived to tell the tale.
Quite, but he is barely living to tell the tale of another hack. But that is neither here or there.
Well, another hack of a completely different caliber.
Yeah.
And a completely different bit.
Ooh!
Triple play! Yeah!
Strike 3, you're out. All of you.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes, we are now in another time period. Whoa. Yep, we're currently in an era where they are at war.
I wonder how that works.
Not well. Anyway, the enemies here are slightly different than in our own time.
And there's slightly tougher, but not much.
Mm-hmm. And, ooh. Green Imps plus Rollies equals Rolly Riders.
I do like the fact that they actually, work together with their fellow enemy in arms, or brother in arms, monster in arms?
Or something to that effect.
You got bald, man. And that is it. And
they do drop a decent experience yield for this part of the game.
Whoa.
But I think experience isn't a factor. What really is a factor is tech points.
Yeah.
Considering that even if you are at a high level, you still need your tech to make a difference.
Well, if I recall correctly, somebody actually checked the power of a certain spell as opposed to what would be a level earlier to level later. Like, say, Antipode, for instance, double tech between both Marl and Luca. Yeah, they're going to be working with us. It actually has, like, from level 8 to level 9, it has about 10 times the power that it usually has. So, it's always something worth noting, especially if, like, you want to try to do a speed run.
And I should also note, the strength of certain techs also depends on the strength of your weapon.
It's also based on your magic as well, and for some characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
By the way, you can easily get 99 shelters by cutting back and forth between back and forth in the forest, because that enemy dropping shelter, that shelter dropping enemy, it respawns.
Huh. I wonder if you could do that for some decent money.
You could do that, but they only sell for like 75 apiece. I didn't bother doing that. I just go with whatever little shelters I have.
And we're out of MP.
Well, that's okay. We've reached the castle anyway.
And we could get something free to eat or drink there, just so that way we can live longer.
You want to make us as troopers? Yeah, show your stamp collection, son. Oh, Woolsey. Yes.
Teddy, Teddy, Teddy.
Yes, the localization of this game was done by Ted Woolsey, who also did Final Fantasy VI. And I think he did one more SNES game.
He did Secret of Mana as well.
And for the record, folks, he did not localize Final Fantasy IV.
No, he did not. That was actually a Japanese person doing English translation.
Well, at least he gave us something good out of that.
Yep, we are spoony bards indeed.
Yeah, Lean's acting rather odd. Knight's quarters? Awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, we're gonna have a tour of the castle. Down here is, the Knight's quarters.
Well, we can get some food and we could get a quick place to stay.
That's to the right. This is pretty much the inn.
But it's for free.
For now, anyway. Later on, all the beds get occupied. Anyway.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all think we're the ones who helped the Queen. Sir Cyrus? No, I haven't heard of him. Which land do you come? Are you simply a fool?
I play the fool.
We're thankful for... Yeah, ever since the cathedral was built, a monster named Yakra had disappeared.
I wonder if this will come into play in the plot.
Now the Queen's been found to concentrate on the war, so they no longer have to issue search parties. And also, apparently Cyrus had left with a friend 10 years before. No one's seen them since. Anyway, down here is the kitchen, run by the master of kitchens. Or he's just known as the chef. What's this ice cream stuff cleaning around so badly? This place is a mini war zone. Yeah, okay. And, here's a little extra scene. Yes, the commander and the knights of the square table.
Assemble!
As they're known in the in this version of the game. Yeah, the commander and the master of kitchens don't really get along well. Let's few men, okay? Yeah, they just can't stop fighting.
Make a note: never piss off the chef of a military unit.
Yeah. The chef's turns it the wrong way. Feel free to grab a bite. Cool. Let's see. Chef's food is great. I give it 3 stars. I'm hungry. Oh, dinner is served. All right.
Made a full recovery.
In fact, guess what? We can also eat here too. I'm gonna have the hyper kebab. I mean, what else would I have?
Yeah, it sounds like an awesome meal. I haven't had a kebab in like ages.
Oh, that's nothing like a kebab.
It's more like a roast beef. Where are we in I almost said Resident Evil. I meant Castlevania. God damn.
You're thinking of a pot roast, not just roast beef. Now, anyway, I should note, apart from that chest in the kitchen, do not open any treasure chests in this castle.
Okay.
You'll thank me later, folks. Because we will be visiting this castle in the present day, and any treasures we did not grab, they get upgraded over the passage of time. Even younger now, not her wedding day? Easy to agree you look that tough. Huh. Alone, huh?
They don't think anything odd about just some guy that comes in and somehow has permission to talk to the queen, even though she is married.
Oh, but it's actually Marl.
Oh, oh no. This this will this will end very well.
Yeah. And thus the theme Chrono and Marl, Far Off Promise.
And it'll play a few times.
Yep. But bad things happen.
You have caused a time paradox!
Because they found her and when they should have been finding the queen. Ringing any bells, people?
Ah. And
Yeah, you're polite, of course. Of course not! Are you sure?
absolutely.
Yeah, I noticed something odd about the queen. Just as I thought. Uh, it's a secret to everybody.
Wait.
I grow so tired of gossip around here.
Wait, you heard that she told you that she's not lean, yet you decide, fuck it.
They don't believe her, that's the thing. No, she's gone. What do you
How'd
mean
Luca get in?
Remember, she did say she was gonna follow him.
How'd you get in the front entrance?
Science.
I guess she used her hypnotic goggles just to knock them out or something.
Oh. Yep, she is a princess, actually. Princess Nadia, in fact.
Whoops.
Yep. As such, since she's a descendant, they look remarkably similar. So, yep, they should have been trying to look for the queen. They did find somebody who looked like the queen, but it was the wrong person.
Clearly.
As such, history's been changed. Because with this sudden change in history, Lee will most likely end up being killed, and therefore, Marl ceases to exist. Don't you just love it when time travel works like that?
Yeah, especially like if you stop certain events that are destined to happen.
Yep. So we had to set things right. We have to find the real queen. Oh, she starts at level 2. And she has a unique accessory, just like Chrono does.
The sight scope, which allows her to pretty much see enemy HP, which can be handy.
Yeah, but end game, I don't really use it.
No. Once I give her a gold stud, the game's over for me.
Well, I'm gonna try not to use Luca for the final dungeon of the game, but not as often. I mean, as far as I know, in my current progress, she doesn't even know Flare yet.
Huh.
She's close, though.
That just don't seem right to me, but that's just me. And when Luca's up close to enemies, as opposed to just shooting them, she hits them with her mechanical hammer.
Yep, she uses guns as her weapon.
Sweet! Oh. Shelters.
And more rollies.
Don't worry, folks. We'll run into police soon.
Yeah, actually, on the way back. Because in this time period, every time we have to go to and from Truce Canyon, there's always one forced battle. Always. Yeah, I figure I'd get her to learn her first actual tech. Oh. Well, they guys should just make it as easy now.
I know, right? But hey, you know what? We need this.
I should note, if you're checking out Chrono Trigger ROM hacks and stuff, I suggest staying away from one known as Time's Fury. The difficulty in that one is all over the place. And with that, Luca has just learned her first tech, Flame Toss. With that, we have our first double tech.
And it will be rather useful for a bit.
Where am I? It's the Kingdom of Guardia. You didn't know that, right? No. No, we need more ignorant strangers around here. Well, at least in the DS version, he's much more, kinder about this. Oh no, if you stay in the inn for quite a while, before going to the castle, you'll see a certain somebody enter the inn.
Huh.
Yep, an explorer known as Toma.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, Benta the blacksmith. That's certainly not an anagram for Taban.
Huh.
A daughter who is intelligent as she is beautiful. Well, you'll have a descendant. In any case, this wraps up part 1 of Chrono Trigger. See you in part 2 where we infiltrate Manolia Cathedral.
See you next time.